Good morning, dear friends, and thank you for joining me for practice today. This practice is very special to me and feels just so important on my path at the moment, and if it's important on my path. Since we share this experience, I know that for some of you it will be a very important practice for your path. And today's practice will be very heart-opening, and it will be very, working with the front line and a bit of compression in the back line. If you're having any back aches, that's the physical practice. But also today's practice is energetically centered around processing grief. And a lot of times we don't understand how to connect the metaphysical to the physical, and the energetic to the anatomy. And really, there's just such power in our intention, what we bring to the mat with our thought and also with our breath. And 2020 has been a very blustering year. There have been blunders and challenges and pains that have just trickled in for myself. And I've heard for so many of you and so many of my friends and so many of our just human family. And it's not just 2020, it's the human experience, but 2020 specifically has been a year of deep growth and transformation. And just like in yogic philosophy, we've got Shiva and Shakti, and Shiva is that god of destruction, and Shakti is our goddess of creation. And the way that that cyclic existence happens is that in order for receptivity and creativity and for newness, there must be a destruction of the old. And so we're seeing conceptual patterns that have not been serving us as a society falling away and not serving us as just beings of light. And so for myself personally, I've just seen so much of my life feel as if it's shattered and moved away from me in 2020. And where there was this deep sense of loss, I actually found this deep sense of purification. And so having a reframe and reframing and having a new experience of, okay, this is all happening right now, and it feels like everything is being ripped away, but in reality, something new is emerging and unveiling. And so what I invite for you is that if you're in deep grief, if you're in heartbreak, if you're in heartache, I know that I am, and if you're uncertain, which so many of us are in 2020, I just invite you to bring in that flipped perspective of everything's going wrong, nothing's working, everything's being taken away. Why is this happening to me? And flipping that to, all right, like, what is this? What's the lesson here? Like, what do I need to pay attention to? So sit with your grief, sit with your heartbreak, sit with your pain, become friends with it, and say, like, invite it for coffee and be like, okay, anger, grief, heartache, I see that you're upset. Like, what is it that you want me to acknowledge here? What is it that I'm not seeing? And it really, by flipping that perspective, we can gain power back in our lives to really step into the new foundation that we are building unknowingly, with an open heart, staying open and staying hopeful and staying optimistic, and not letting what is seemingly darkness take us away from our light. So that being said, let's go ahead and sit on our blocks nice and tall. Let the arms travel down the hands travel down the knees. Create some space in the armpits. Shut the eyes down. And let the lips be slightly parted here. And take deep breaths in and out of the nostrils. And let's take an inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. And this time, exhale, twist to the right. You can open the eyes, right hand down behind you, left hand on the right thigh. Open the chest, twisting open. And just really stay present to what's happening in your breath and in your body right now. A lot of times when things are challenging, we get stuck in the mind. Take an inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand on the left thigh. So stay in your body, moving the energy here. Deep breaths in and out of the nostrils. Take an inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Bring hands down to the knees. And let's take the block off to the side and come into tabletop position. You can move that pillow as well. We'll use that later. So coming on to hands and knees. Take an inhale, let the belly drop, look forward. Open the heart space. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, belly drops, look forward. And exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, belly drops. And exhale, begin to sweep around, maybe back towards the heels. Make any kind of figure 8 movements that feel good. You can drop the belly again on the inhale and do that figure 8 in the other direction. So there's no right or wrong here, or there is a right. Whatever feels good for you, just move. We'll take 4 more rounds of breath here just to move into your own cadence and shape. Get playful. You can let out a sigh if you want. And find a way to move that energy. Last breath. Come back to center. Walk the hands a little bit forward, turn the fingers out towards the edges of the mat, and sweep the right hip over towards the right elbow. That's what that's called. Look forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, sweep the hips all the way back towards the heels, towards the left heel and the left elbow. Bring the hips forward, open the chest. So it might feel a little weird at first. Move the hips all the way around, C shape over towards the right elbow. Let the belly drop through center, open the heart, and then sweep the hips to the left. Begin to draw large circles here. And just move with your own cadence. Feel into what feels good for you. You'll feel this in the side bodies. You can move nice and slow, get juicy. Move in the opposite direction when it feels right. And just explore your body. A lot of times when we get stuck in our grief or our heartbreak, we forget how magnificent these vessels are that we have, and we distract ourselves and ignore the sensations that we can feel that really bring us back into loving ourselves. 2 more rounds of breath, whatever direction. So yeah, just really give yourself that acknowledgement, that tenderness, that love. And come back to neutral. Wonderful. Walk the hands forward now, all the way towards the front of the mat. Keep the hips over the knees. Let the head drop down, forehead or chin to the earth. Anahatasana, heart-melting pose. So like a prayer here, just a humble prayer towards the earth, allowing our heart to come down, to allow the ground to support us. And within our physical practice of yoga, we're really just learning to self-regulate the nervous system. And a lot of grief, especially with heartbreak, when we lose a loved one or go through a breakup, our nervous system yearns to co-regulate with another. So we can feel like we're losing our minds a little bit until we learn to breathe, move energy on our own. Take an inhale, slide forward onto the belly. Come down to the elbows and pull the heart forward. You can lift the right leg up and back, left leg up and back. Sphinx pose. And so in the physical practice today, we're really allowing the heart to open, slide the shoulder blades down the back, and we're gaining that confidence to keep the heart opening towards the world and not shutting off or creating more walls or boundaries when we're feeling hurt or moving through our grief. It's okay to, go away, isolate for a bit. We all need to lick our wounds. But it's important to really energetically keep the heart open, allow ourselves to be malleable and receptive to the beauty, the optimism, the hope in the world. Allow our seemingly darkness not keep us away from the light. Slowly press the hips back, walk the hands back. And let's come into downward facing dog. Lift the hips up, toes on the ground, press the heels back, slight bend in the knees, pedal it out. So you can let the hips sway from side to side, and maybe even drop back towards the heel on one side and the other. We're just exploring again. Find a way to get sensation through the side bodies. And then come into stillness. And slowly begin to walk the feet forward. Take your time, bend in the knees, come towards the hands. And take an inhale, come up halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway. And exhale down. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the heart space, wave the spine, back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Bring the hands to the lower back, make a fist. Bend the knees, let the head drop in. So opening the shoulders here. Two more breaths. Take an inhale, come up halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back behind you, left knee to the earth. Right knee to the earth, reach the arms up. Bring the hands to the back of the head, open the heart space. Keep the chest moving forward and open. Again, we're opening that heart, staying malleable to the world. And just let the breath move through the body. Feel yourself surrendering more. Let the jaw relax, let the forehead relax. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Right elbow to the outside of the left thigh, twisting open over the left shoulder. Ooh. And if you lose balance, you come back in. Take an inhale, open the arms up to the left like you're going to give a big hug to the wall or wherever you're at. Left hand down to the right thigh or the right calf, right arm stretching up and over. Nice and long through the right side body. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth, step forward, fold. Take an inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, send the left foot to the back of the mat, left knee to the earth. Reach the arms up. Anjaneyasana. Hands to the back of the head, open the heart space. Slide the shoulders down the back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart, twist to the right. Left elbow outside the right thigh. Look back over the right shoulder. So I don't know about you guys, but when I am deep in my grief and in my pain, I find it really difficult to sometimes get out of bed. Sometimes I want to lay in the shower and let the water hit me, or I just want to lay on the earth and feel grounded. But how good does it feel when we move our bodies and come back into our vessels and just find appreciation for our breath? Take an inhale, hug the right side. So I hope this is feeling good for you, reminding you how beautiful it is to be you. Right hand to the left calf, left arm stretching up. So even when it doesn't feel like what you want to do, get on the mat, breathe, come into your body. Remember your magnificence. Take an inhale. And exhale, hands down to the earth, step forward, fold. Take an inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to a plank position. So let's find some challenge here. Press down through the palms, slight rounding of the upper back, pull the belly in. You've done more challenging things than a plank. If there is grief and pain and heartache there, more than likely, this plank is much easier than what your heart and your mind are going through. So let it be a fun little distraction. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows, come down halfway. Inhale forward to the tops of the feet, open the heart space. Thighs are lifted. Exhale, slowly tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Slight bend in the knees. And slowly walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Take an inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, reach up. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms forward like you're swimming forward, rounding the upper back, palms together, chin to chest. Slight bend in the knees. Exhale, bend the elbows, chest moves forward, back bend. Inhale, sweep forward. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, forward. And exhale, up and back. Inhale, forward. And exhale, up and back. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, bow forward. Come onto the tiptoes, lower the hips down, bend the knees, and sink back. So keeping the knees bent, create some space between the knees, hands to the shins, and just let the back round in, let the head drop in, and just humbly folding in here. You can feel the back of the neck grow long. And just feeling that hug and embrace in of ourselves. In our deepest grief, when we feel the most lonely, we just really, really have to take care of ourselves. We have to be the lover and the best friend and the mother and the father and the child and the adult and the protector and the manager. All the parts. So let your internal family here, all these aspects of yourself, take care of you. Lift the chest. Bring the hips a little bit forward, pull the knees into the chest, and come down onto the back. Rock from side to side. And really honoring all these different parts of yourself, because they are there. There's nothing outside of you that you need. It might feel that way. This year has been huge realization for me there, that I'm bringing everything back in, not seeking externally. I'm becoming my own family so I can create that resiliency in me. And that way when people come into our lives, we don't need anything from them. We don't expect from them. We just enjoy them. We take care of ourselves. We got ourselves. And then we just enjoy one another's company. Let the knees go wide. Take the bottoms of the feet for happy baby. Be that happy baby. Let the sacrum rest on the ground. Can rock from side to side. And again, just knowing that everything that you need, everything that supports your existence, your breath, your connection, it's all right here within, all the answers. And set the feet on the ground, hip width distance apart. Let the knees drop over to the left. Take the arms into goalpost arms, look towards the right, so get a nice twist here. You got this. Be here. Let go of thought. Let go of fantasy, should have, could have. And just be here right now. When we stay in the present moment, that anxiety, that stress that pulls us back into the past or to the future, it just is gone. In the present moment, if we focus on the breath and just what's happening in this moment, there's this sweetness to it. Come back through the center. Knees to the right, look to the left. Yeah, such a sweet tenderness to the present moment. Such a beauty. And come back through center. Can lift the chest up to a seat for a moment and take your block. You're going to bring the block between the shoulder blades. It's going to be a little bit uncomfortable for some of us. If so, just get some couch cushions, build up the space with some soft pillows, and then we're going to lengthen the legs out in front of us and bring a pillow underneath the head. So you might need to pause the video, get what feels best for you. So feel free to use pillows, but you might want a few pillows to build up the chest so you can really get a nice deep heart opening here. Let the legs and the arms splay out. Just allow the heart to be cracked open here. And this is the most challenging energetically of grief, of heartache, of pain. When our hearts hurt, when they are in pain, when they feel disconnected or alienated or cast aside, we can begin to build walls around them, very tall walls. We can begin to contain our life force, hide it away from others. So that when we do come into connection, that this beautiful, raw, tender part of us is not shared with others, that it is hid away in the shadows. So I invite you here, no matter the deep, deep, deep visceral grief that you might be feeling, the pain, how challenging life can be or a relationship can be, connection in general, to stay open, to stay optimistic, to stay hopeful. And to know that everything is temporary. When something is taken away, something else must be given. When everything is destroyed, something must be built. And when everything gets pushed away or we get pushed aside, we will be invited back in. We will invite ourselves back in. Life will invite back in. And just allow yourselves to enjoy that spectrum of sensation of despair and grief and pain, all the way up to joy and ecstasy and love. And breathe deeply and be here. Five more rounds of breath. And slowly peel the chest up. Find a seat, sitting up nice and tall. Hands resting on the knees. Take a deep breath in, deep sigh out. Again, let it out. Once more. Bring the right hand to the left shoulder, left hand to the right shoulder. Let the head drop in, embracing yourself. And feel the breath moving in your body. Feel the heart beating in your chest. Feel your connection to the earth. Feel the energy moving in your body, that life force. It may not be easy right now. It may be challenging. It may feel gut-wrenching. It may feel nauseating. It may feel lonely and sad and despairing. I'm with you. I feel that. It is not an easy time. You can hold that deep, heavy feeling in one hand, and you can hold that lightness and joy and love in another. They can both exist at the same time. You will get through this. You are loved. You are a part of a global family. You are not alone, even if it feels so much so now. And I tell you just as much as I tell myself this message each and every day that I feel that I sit in my darkness. Hold yourself, love yourself, parent yourself, nurture yourself. You are brilliant and wise and more strong than you ever know. Hands together at heart center, bowing head into heart and to self. We're all in this together, even across the ether, even if we're connecting over the internet. My pain, my despair, my sadness, my desire for connection honors your despair, your pain, your desire for connection. And my joy and my love, my tenderness, my open heart honors and cherishes and acknowledges your tenderness, your joy, your ecstasy, and your open heart. Stay hopeful, dear yogis. Stay kind. Stay loving. Stay connected deeply to yourself first. Let your first relationship be with yourself in such a deep way that whatever actions or inactions others bring into your life, that you are so unshakable, that you are so deeply self-loved and deeply motivated, that your love can never be put out. That flame burns bright. Namaste, dear tender-hearted yogis. Thank you guys for practicing with me this morning. I hope that you are feeling tender in your heart and that you're feeling love from me to you. And I invite you to just be caring of yourself, be caring of one another. We are in a tender time right now where we need ourselves, we need one another in such a powerful way. I honor you, global family. I hope to see you again.